If you want to lose weight fast and you want to do it at home, you've just found the buried treasure of fat loss videos. Seriously, this video is going to be divided into multiple parts, and it's going to give you everything that you need to know to actually truthfully lose weight. I should charge money for the information that I'm about to give you guys, but not only is this information absolutely going to be free, there's also no sale at the end of this video series. Why am I doing this? Because there's so much bullshit, confusing information out there, and I'm an expert that's been in the industry for over 10 years, and I want to actually help. So I'm going to give you the best strategy to truly lose weight fast, whether you're a man or a woman, and you're going to be able to do it from the comfort of your own home. It's going to be a no BS, straight to the point type of video, and because of that, some of you may not like what you hear, but I guarantee you it's the truth. Most people are looking for a cheat code to eat whatever they want and still lose weight. Well, that cheat code doesn't exist. And you might as well exit out of this video now if you don't want to hear the bottom line truth to burning fat. Alright, let's get right to a major fact that you have to know. The majority of really fast weight loss leads to binge eating afterwards, which leads to weight regain. So we're going to aim to lose weight fast, but we want to try to do it in a way in which we can actually keep the weight off. I hope that makes sense to everyone. Another important concept that you have to understand is that there's a difference between weight and body fat. 99.9% of you are looking to lose body fat, but you're really identified with your weight. You're only concerned with a number on the scale, and that number is hugely fallible. Your weight can vary day to day due to a variety of different reasons. Water weight alone can be affected due to eating, drinking, using the bathroom, and exercising. That's not even mentioning the effect that exercise has on your muscles over time. The longer you exercise correctly, the more muscle you'll put on, which could increase your weight as well. Beginners are usually the ones that gain muscle the fastest, believe it or not, which means if you haven't consistently exercised before, you will likely gain some weight on the scale pretty fast. So my point is that you can weigh yourself, but I don't recommend doing it every day, and I don't recommend basing all of your progress and your results on your scale. Always remember that the goal that you actually have is to lose body fat, not necessarily weight. Your goal needs to be aligned with changing your body composition rather than just losing weight. Let's define that real quick. Body composition is used to describe the percentages of fat, bone, water, and muscle in your body. We want to affect body composition in a way that causes us to have a higher percentage of muscle and a lower percentage of fat. So try to fit into smaller size clothes, and if possible, take circumference measurements with a tape measurer to help you measure your progress a lot more accurately. Okay, now that we've established that super fast weight loss is no good and we know the goal is to burn body fat, let's get to step 1 for transforming your body at home. Step 1 is to make it through the first 3 days. And these first 3 days is pretty much what the topic of part 1 of the video series is. That's how important the first 3 days are. If you've been eating like most Americans, then you've been eating a lot of sugar, artificial additives, flavor enhancers, high fructose corn syrup, and a bunch of other highly addictive ingredients. Multiple studies have shown that this stuff is actually addicting, and it triggers reward centers of our brain to fire. In the same way that drug addicts feel a reward from drugs, food addicts feel the same from food. Guys, this stuff is actually addicting, and chances are that you're one of the people that are addicted. The majority of the food at the supermarket has these additives to get you hooked so you buy more. Because this food is so enhanced, it makes real food not quite as stimulating. This is why the first couple days are so crucial. It'll feel like you're almost going through withdrawal from all of these horrible additives. You have to reset your palate. You have to reset your taste buds. You don't think that healthy food tastes good enough because you can't get the same level of stimulation out of real food the same way that you can get out of flavor enhanced food. It's actually physically impossible. Once wired to overeat, the brain needs substantial amounts of tasty food to produce a normal amount of dopamine, and it needs it more frequently. The good news is that just after 3 days of eating clean, you will already be on your way to resetting your taste buds, and you'll find much more pleasure in eating real healthy food. We all know what real healthy food is. It's the fresh ingredients we find on the outside perimeter of the grocery store. Everything that is natural and is not made up of tons of ingredients, but is the ingredient itself, is what is considered real healthy food. I've said this before, broccoli is broccoli, and apple's an apple, salmon is salmon. Whole wheat wraps are not just whole wheat wraps. They're processed and full of additives. The only limitation with real natural food is with fruit and dairy. You want to limit yourself to no more than 1 piece of fruit a day during these 3 days. Because if you're eating fruit all day, you're still going to be reinforcing and fueling your sugar addiction. As far as dairy goes, through both personal experience and in training clients, I've noticed that dairy will not help with weight loss and will definitely not help your body composition. It makes sense that milk made for a 1,000-pound animal to grow is not going to help you lose weight. With all that said, you can still lose all the weight you want eating fruits and even the worst kind of dairy like ice cream, but your body composition is not going to be the best that it can be. I'll go more into depth into this in part 2 of this video. Let's get back to the first 3 days. During these first 3 days and throughout the entire weight loss journey, it is critical that you ask yourself, am I actually physically hungry, or is it my brain that's craving its fix? Remember, food addiction is real. Do you feel like your blood sugar is low? Is your stomach growling? Or is it really something else that is causing you to want to eat? For example, are you stressed or frustrated? It's important that you identify this, name the real need, and address it. Also, when you experience brain food cravings, you want to have prepped healthy food made from real ingredients ready to go in your fridge. This way you can eat that healthy meal and watch as the cravings go away. Once you are no longer hungry, you won't want to eat the junk your brain was obsessing over. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, I'm never going to be able to eat my favorite junk food on this plan. This plan will never work for me. Well, it would never work for me either, so this plan is a lot more flexible than you think. Once you're past the first 3 days, we can start planning your cheat meal. 1 cheat day a week is fine as long as you plan it properly. If you want to have a cheat meal, you're going to have to pay for it. Look, I get it. No matter what diet you're on, it's impossible to live the rest of your life without eating the tasty foods that we all love when they're in front of our faces every day. Whether your favorite cheat food is ice cream or cake or French fries or Doritos, the second you label it as something that you cannot eat, you're creating what I call the purple elephant effect. You may have heard of it before. If I tell you right now to not think of a purple elephant, guess what? You're going to be thinking of a purple elephant nonstop. So to deny your favorite foods forever will only make you want them more. Due to this fact, I always recommend that you incorporate at least 1 cheat day, and by cheat day I mean 1 cheat meal, but you could do more if you balance out your calories. Whenever you have a cheat day, you have to make sure that you don't go overboard on calories, and that'll make your cheat day pretty much negligible. Unfortunately, when you're eating cake and ice cream and other junk food, it's very easy to go over your calories due to the fact that these foods are very high in calories, they're addicting, and not even filling to begin with. So for negligible cheat days, I recommend fasting for a portion of the day. This way you have more calories to spare. The longer you can fast, the more damage you could do later on in the day when you have a big cheat meal. Guys, remember, it really comes down to calories in, calories out. So if you're gonna cheat, you gotta be smart about how you get your calories in. Also, a great way to minimize the impact of your cheat day is to stop eating when you're full. Don't eat until the plate is empty. Nobody wants to experience the feeling of their stomach so full of food that it feels like it's about to burst. So stop before that point. Now, something that you have to keep in mind is that after this cheat meal, the next day, you're going to be experiencing food cravings once again. Again, that's because the food that you eat on the cheat day has unnatural, addicting ingredients to it. These cravings will go away, but you're going to have to spend a day or two getting them out of your system. That's why after a while, you may prefer to stay away from junk food in general just because of the way it makes you feel after you eat it. It's similar to giving an ex-alcoholic just one drink. That one drink or that one cookie could trigger a binge. I'm telling you guys, food addiction is real. And as you're beginning to see, the main point of part 1 of this video series is to inform you and to help you break your food addiction. You won't find a grocery store in any other country with the amount of addictive additives that we have in the majority of the food in our stores. It's all about money, guys, and getting you hooked on Cheetos makes big bucks for Frito-Lay and PepsiCo. And there are tons of other companies making money from adding sugar and other addicting ingredients to your food. So when you want to cheat, be aware that your brain will be craving more the next day. And as long as you don't give in, you should go back to normal and reset your taste buds pretty fast. Okay guys, so I'm going way over the normal length of time that I allow these videos to run, and I'm sure your ability to pay attention has been stretched to its limits. There will be a part 2 of this video coming out on Monday, and once it's out, there will be a link at the end of the video and in the description. In part 2, I'll give you guys exact calorie goals that you'll be aiming for after your first 3 days. If done correctly, you'll have guaranteed weight loss. Seriously guys, guaranteed. I've given you guys plenty to work with for now, so you can go get started with your first couple days of eating real single ingredient foods, and I'll have more information for you and what you're going to do next within the next couple days. I hope this video has helped you guys out. If you guys enjoyed this video and feel like you've learned something new out of this video, make sure you leave this video a thumbs up and comment below, and subscribe to the channel for more tips and tricks just like this. I'll see you guys next time. Pump it.